What is up, guys? Argon tonight, I'm bringing you guys another YouTube video. So, as you guys know, Microsoft had their big conference. I actually missed doing a video on it. I think it was on the 23rd. But Sony's State of Play is coming up in the early part of August. It's August 6th, I believe, is when it's taking place. So, it's a little over a week away. Actually, it is a week away. But anyway, somebody on 4chan leaked a couple days ago some of what we're going to see at the State of Play event. And take this with a grain of salt. This may or may not be real, but I wanted to do a video on it because it does seem pretty interesting to me. Out of the way, let's go ahead and look at some of these games that we're going to see during the State of Play on August 6th. So we have a Silent Hill reveal trailer. This one's kind of interesting because as far as I know, Konami really hasn't wanted to do anything with the Silent Hill franchise since Silent Hills or whatever it was, or well, I can't think of what the PS3 game was that got canceled. They haven't really wanted to do a whole lot with the franchise since then. So that'll be interesting to see. Metal Slug Returns, that's the classic arcade shooter or whatever. That's kind of interesting. It's probably going to be an anthology. Would be my guess with a bunch of the other games. Or maybe it's just a brand new entry into the Metal Slug or Metal Slug whatever story. King of Fighters 15. So this is going to be interesting. I mentioned in my original PlayStation 5 video, back when they announced all of what we've seen at the last State of Play, there was no fighting games. That was one of the big gaps that we had, and I said some of it would be filled by remasters of the other ones that were on PS4 already, and I think that's going to be true. But King of Fighters 15 will help fill that fighter gap. Call of Duty Black Ops Vietnam reveal trailer. Of course, I wouldn't doubt it with the game coming out in a couple months, probably October. You're definitely going to see some, Call of Duty of some kind. It's going to be interesting that we're going to Vietnam, because I know that war is a very touchy subject, and I'm sure there's going to be some controversy around that. There's going to be a multiplayer gameplay trailer of it as well. We'll break that down when we get any of it. I wonder if we're also going to get to see like a Battle Royale mode. I have to believe that they're probably not porting over Warzone. They didn't do it with Blackout. So I'm guessing we're probably getting a brand new Battle Royale. Crash Bandicoot 4 Engine Boss Battle trailer. I'm pretty excited for this one. Definitely, like I said before in the Crash video, I'm excited to see any type of gameplay that we get leading up to the game's release, because I'm hoping that it feels and plays like the original Crash Bandicoot games, to at least some degree. It looks like it will. I don't know if there's going to be portal rooms. Maybe we'll get to see like if there's a portal room. I know from a lot of the leaks that we did see and Toys for Bob reveal, it did look like it. So I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty excited about Crash 4, and I'm glad to see that this is going to be on the PS5. I'm hoping that there's cross-buy because I do want to get it on the PS4 when it comes out in October. I would hate to have to buy it on the PS4 in October or have to wait until November to get it if there's no cross-buy. And that's going to be another big thing here at the State of Play that I hope they touch on, is cross-purchasing of games. Like, it kind of happened during the PS3 to PS4 era. I talked about this again in the PS5 when we did the last, I believe, State of Play. A lot of the games didn't support cross-buy. Some did, but most didn't. That's going to be a big thing here for some of these games. So Overwatch 2 campaign gameplay trailer, PS4 and PS5. This is another interesting one. I've talked about Overwatch before on the channel. I will definitely do a breakdown of each of these, probably individually. I will do the State of Play video as well as we get over it, but then I'm going to probably do a separate video talking about my thoughts on these, so I'm not going to get too far in depth without, having the footage here. But I do want to see the Overwatch 2 footage. I want to see how much is changing from the base game, if it's just a graphics update with a single-player story mode and you still have the old multiplayer there. Or if they're actually going to revamp everything and we're going to get more maps, we're going to get more heroes, it's going to be a big expansion type deal. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, and it's not just a upgraded, up-resed game and a rehash of basically Overwatch 1 with maybe like 2 new heroes and maybe 1 new map. That would not be good. And a story mode. So Red Dead Redemption 2 PS5 Enhancement trailer. So they're probably going to show off how it looks on the PS5 compared to the PS4. Another game that is going to be ported over by Rockstar. So if you thought GTA 5 was great, trust me, Red Dead's on its way too. The PS Now service trailer. So if I remember correctly, PS Now is the game service. So I'm wondering what they're going to showcase about the PS Now service trailer. If it's going to show that it now supports PS4 backwards compatibility for the PS5, of course. or what that's about, or maybe they're going to lower the price on everything and give it away for 3 months. Something insane. I would use the service if they gave it away for a little bit, just so I could get a feel for how it works. FIFA 21 Enhancement trailer. So another port from PS4, and they're just showing the upres on it. Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay trailer. Okay, so we're gonna get to see a little bit of the gameplay. I know we got to see just I'm trying to think, a cinematic trailer, I believe is what it was at the last State of Play. This one's gonna actually have gameplay in it. Spider-Man Miles Morales Collector's Edition trailer, and this one did have a really cool looking Spider-Man theme. I remember it from State of Play when they showcased the PlayStation 5 initially. It looked really, really cool. It's one of the reasons why I think that this generation, Sony is going to have the edge on Microsoft when it comes to custom consoles like that, just because of how the design is like so sleek. It's almost like a coat, if you will. It like wraps around the PlayStation, so you can actually have a really cool design that wraps around, and it looks, I don't know, it just looks neat compared to like the Xbox, which is like a giant square. So it doesn't look as, I guess, as dynamic. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Not sure. Returnal. We remember seeing this trailer at the last State of Play. It was the one where the person continues to go through dying, living, and just keeps reliving the same time over and over again. So we're going to get to see what that's going to be about. Sackboy, A Big Adventure Story trailer. Just call it Little Big Planet. Call it Little Big Planet at this point. But we're going to get to see what that's going to be about. Gran Turismo 7. Nürburgring trailer. I probably butchered that. I apologize to everybody in Germany. My apologies. Anyway, for all you Gran Turismo fans, you're going to get something, hopefully. Godfall co-op trailer. This was the game I was interested in. I believe that this is by, it's the Borderlands creator, and I'm drawing Gearbox. I believe this is by Gearbox. It did look pretty interesting in the last State of Play trailer. I will say that, so I'm kind of looking forward to it, and it is a launch title, I believe. So this will probably be one of the games that I do get at launch. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Rachel gameplay trailer. Okay. Yeah, because from what I remember from the trailer from what we seen last time, it looked like you were going to go to an alternate universe with Ratchet and Clank. So, Rachel, I guess that makes sense. It's maybe the female version of Ratchet from that universe. Or it could just be an individual character based within their universe. I don't know, but I thought that's what the Rift Apart was, is that it was an alternate universe type theme. Ratchet and Clank doesn't really interest me as much as Crash does. I just never got into the Ratchet and Clank games personally. Console overview trailer. So we're probably going to get to see maybe the UI, what it's going to look like for the interface, like for the PS4 and that. We have like the web browser, we have all the apps and everything. Probably going to get an overview of that would be my guess. Maybe some more of like reiteration on what it's going to feature. Backwards compatibility trailer, that's going to be big. It should be able to play PS4 games. The only console that it will not be able to play from, I would have to guess, is the PS3 era, unless they're going to put in the hardware that the PS3 ran on in the PS5. Because I've said this before, Sony made a big mistake with the PS3, and what they did is they used their own in-house, I believe it was their own in-house graphics card for the PS3, because they thought that, it'd be cheaper to make in-house, I believe, and they thought it was better than what was on the market. And turns out that when you do that and you start going back to using other companies' cards, it can create a bit of a problem for backwards compatibility. So it'd be interesting to see what they touch on there, if maybe we're even going to be able to go back as far as like the PS1 and PS2 and how that's going to work. There's a lot of things here, because I just thought about it. There's two different models of PS5. There's the discless model and there's the disc tray model. I want to see like what the pricing is for the discless model here at this event. I'd like to see, obviously, the price for the disc model. And will the disc-based version be able to play like PS1, PS2, PS4 games backwards compatible? I don't see why it wouldn't be able to play at least those 3 generations. Obviously, like I said, the PS3 one can't be played outside of, the PlayStation Now and streaming the game. So it's going to be interesting to see. I want to know what models we're going to have. I hope that this is touched upon, because we're about 2 or 3 months away from the release of these consoles. And I need some type of price range here that I need to start preparing for, I'm sure everybody out there is curious about what the price range is going to be and what the different models are, if they're going to have different hard drive levels, like what they have in the past, where there was, I think, a 500 gigabyte and then a 1 terabyte for the PS4. Like I said, the disc and diskless models, are those going to have different hard drives in it? Is the diskless model going to carry a bigger hard drive than the disc-based one does? You know, these are the things that we need to see from Sony on the 6th. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Interesting, we're getting another Harry Potter game. Harry Potter, I don't think has been relevant for a while, but I did hear that J.K. Rowling, I believe, is working on another book that's a follow-up to the Harry Potter series with Harry's son, I believe. So maybe that's what this is about. Mortal Kombat 11, Combat Pack 3 trailer. That's pretty interesting, if that's true. Like I said before with King of Fighters 15, there wasn't a fighting game listed before. Now we're going to get a fighting game. It's going to be Mortal Kombat 11. Obviously, it's the rehash. Brought this up before. But it is interesting that Combat Pack 3, geez, can't read here. I'm so excited that I just can't read or speak. Combat Pack 3. I'm curious who's going to be in that Combat Pack, because we've already gotten, what, Terminator, Spawn, RoboCop. I'm drawing a blank for everybody else. I don't know who else they could get third-party wise that would excite people. I mean, they've pretty much hit all the nails where they lie, right? Demon Souls gameplay reveal trailer. I know a lot of people that are excited for Demon Souls. Again, not a game I'm particularly excited for, but let me know down below if you want me to cover it anyway. I will. I can get them on stream with me or on a video with me, and we can go over it together and get their thoughts on it. I think that might be an interesting, thing to do on the channel, because I haven't done that in a while. I have only been doing videos by myself, and you really don't get that banter between two people with that, obviously, or that, in-between opinion. It's kind of only my side. PlayStation 5 trailer. Again, that's probably just going to show off the outer features of the system, would be my guess. Maybe that's the wrap-up trailer. Last trailer is probably a montage or price announcement, yeah. And no Horizon 2, from what he sent. See, that's another thing that kind of makes me wonder about this leak. That's the big question mark. Why is there no Horizon 2 here? Because that would be a really big game, and I think it's supposed to come out within the first couple months, right, of the PS5's life cycle. I'm trying to remember what the release dates were off the top of my head from, like, the first state of play that we got to see the PlayStation 5 announcement from. I want to say it was a PlayStation 5 launch title, which, again, makes me feel like this may or may not be real. I'm sure some of these are real. Obviously, Ratchet and Clank I could see being real. Godfall I could easily see being real. Sackboy Gran Turismo, Returnal, like all of, like, let's just highlight. This one I'm not sure about. This one I could see. I mean, Metal Slug, just to have an arcadey game on there, yeah. King of Fighters, we need to have that fighting niche filled. And I believe King of Fighters 15 is in development. I'm not really familiar with the King of Fighters franchise. I've dabbled in it. Haven't really stuck to it, so I believe 15 is the newest one, right? Because 14 was the last one that came out on the PS4. And this says PS5 teaser. So I'm guessing it's not a PS4, PS5. It's just 5. Call of Duty Black Ops Vietnam trailer. I could easily see this being real just because Call of Duty will be coming out, I think, in the 2 months after the 6th. At least at some degree, maybe October 28th or something, or 27th, because I think that's when Modern Warfare came out, and they bumped back everything to October for whatever reason, I guess, to get away from Battlefield. Again, Call of Duty's kind of netted together. Crash Bandicoot, I could easily see... Sorry, I highlighted Overwatch. Crash Bandicoot, I could easily see this one being real, because they basically gave away this boss fight in a way, unless it's going to go in-depth with the boss fight, which is what it seems like it's going to be. But Toys for Bob actually showcased the fight a little bit. It's going to be more of a sound wave where Engine's going to play the drums is what it looks like, and it's going to produce sound waves. I'm guessing there's a certain time where he's going to hit the drums, and it's going to create some type of opening for you to attack him. I could easily see that one being real. Overwatch 2 campaign gameplay trailer. This is the one that there's another question mark here. I could see it being real because Overwatch 2 is supposed to launch before 2021. And I was curious how they were going to handle the launch, because you also have Shadowlands that's coming out here within the next couple months as well. And you don't want to launch these two games into each other. I can't see Blizzard doing that. You can make the argument that they're different genres, but the problem is that people still dabble in them, and they're still Blizzard games, and people like to support Blizzard, or at least they did. So I'm sure it'll bring some excitement back to the Overwatch community, and people who may just be playing World of Warcraft to fill time may leave World of Warcraft to come play this. You also have to worry about games like Cyberpunk coming out. You don't want to launch into that game because that game has so much hype. It's been hyped for years now. Same thing with Shadowlands. You don't want to launch that into Cyberpunk. So I don't know what they're gonna do or how this is all gonna play out. And I'm surprised there's no Cyberpunk trailer or Cyberpunk an Xbox exclusive. I want to say that it's not, right? I do remember at the E3 conference 2 years ago that it was at the Microsoft conference, but I can't remember if it was a Microsoft exclusive. I haven't had any interest in the game personally, so I don't keep up with it, and I'm really bad about that. If anybody can let me know down below about Cyberpunk, that would help me out immensely. But anyway, back to Overwatch 2. It's going to be interesting. I believe it's coming. I believe this is real. I want to believe this is real because I don't think Blizzard is going to launch Overwatch 2 earlier than what the PS5 is going to launch. I could see it doing 2 versions for the people who can't afford the next gen right away. I don't see it being any later than that. Or earlier, rather. Red Dead 2, yeah, I don't doubt this at all. They're already redoing, like I said before, GTA 5. PS Now service trailer, that's going to be interesting to see how the PS Now service functions on the PS5, if there's any changes to it. FIFA, sure, I could see it. This one I don't doubt. This one was at the PlayStation 5 reveal event. Returnal was at the reveal event. Again, we were talking about those 3. Ratchet and Clank as well, console overview, and backwards compatibility. This one they have to touch on because people are curious about how that's going to function. Mortal Kombat 11, again, like King of Fighters, they have to fill the niche, like I said before. Demon Souls obviously will be there as well. I could easily see that being real. So really the only ones that I can't see being real would be Silent Hill potentially, and Metal Slug just for obvious reasons. I know I said I think it's going to be there just to fill the arcade gap, but it's whatever. It wasn't one that was already previously mentioned or, previously talked about. Anyways, guys, I know I reiterated and I kind of ran around in a loop there for a second. But let me know down below, what game here would you be most excited for if it did show up at the State of Play event? Also, I'm going to link my Twitch as usual, as well as Twitter and Discord. If you guys want to come hang out in there, you're more than welcome to. I'm trying to build a community. Definitely would like to get that off the ground. And maybe I could even, if you are a streamer as well, once we get the community going, I could help you out as well. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to get off the ground myself and then give back to everybody who's struggling to get into streaming, because I know it can be hard. And I know some of these bigger streamers, they just host each other and it doesn't really grow the community. It's kind of like a boys club, if you will, or for the lack of a better term. But anyway, that's what I would like to do. But anyway, I'm going to post that down below. Be sure to hit that Twitter, not the Twitter, the Twitch. Be sure to hit the Twitch. Go follow the channel. I'll be live for sure August 6th with the State of Play event. And then I'll do some videos afterwards once the event is done. So be sure to hit like so I know if you guys like this content. It helps also with the YouTube algorithm. Please help me out with that. You don't have to subscribe, just like the video. It does help. If you want to subscribe, that helps too, obviously. Liking the video is enough. Comment if you guys, like I said, what one you're excited about. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.